Hey, what's up guys, Rep here. So today we're going to be talking about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. This is a game by Rocksteady Studio that is catching a lot of criticism right now because people are disappointed not only in the gameplay, but overall, it's another example of a modern release with beloved IPs that seem like they're not receiving the respect that they deserve, and the developers don't really have a sense of why these IPs are so beloved in the first place. Now, this game was having issues right from the start. So in the early access, there was a glitch where players were having their game auto-completed, which was not a very good look, so they had to shut that down and fix that. But you know what, when we're thinking about the end of this game, people are disappointed in that as well. There is a big final scene that a lot of people are talking about, and of course, spoilers, but this is something that disappointed a lot of people because of the treatment of Batman and his ultimate demise. So let's watch this final scene.
No, Joker used to be real good at hurting people with words. But you, boop.
Did she just boop Batman? Oh boy, she is girl bossing to the extreme right here.
Even when you're evil, you're still too good. You had a good run, Brucey. Flying around Gotham, punching bad guys, clean up the streets, causing long-term mental and emotional damage to everyone you knew.
Oh, he's hurting people's feelings.
It's our turn now. After all we've been through. Oh. Bet you didn't think it'd be me at the end, huh, Bats?
Are we done with your bad stand-up routine?
Almost. But you always gotta end on your best joke.
And there it is. The end of Batman as we know him. Completely taken out. Only a few seconds after getting booped on the nose. But yes, a lot of people were upset about that scene. Maybe didn't think it was the best progression of the story, whatever. But one particular reason people were disappointed is the fact that this was the last lines delivered by Kevin Conroy before his passing. Now that's disappointing because for a lot of people, he is the voice of Batman. And when it comes to the movies, a lot of people can debate who's the live action Batman. That's a debate you can have. But when it comes to the voice of the animated series and alike, it is Kevin Conroy. He's just that iconic voice behind the character. I think everyone agrees on that. So the fact that that was literally his final line of his career was disappointing to many. And a lot of people are defending the game by saying, well, he agreed to it. Well, they also could have done a better job making that scene better. I'm just saying, right? But everything seems like a downgrade with this game. So a lot of people have been pointing out the appearance of this game. In particular, you can see an example here with Harley Quinn asking which one looks better. So here you have an example of Harley Quinn's design from Batman Arkham Knight, which was from over a decade ago. And then this one from the Suicide Squad game that we've been talking about. I don't know, personal preferences and all, we get that. But I think she looks a lot better in this game. It seems like the current game is continuing the trend of many developers of trying to make their games look worse somehow, because you would think that these would be reversed. This one would be the current one, and this one would be the one from a decade plus ago, but that's just not the case. And of course, personal preferences as well. She just looks better here. Curvier, more appealing. It's just, I don't know, probably what gamers would rather want to see in these situations, but again, personal preferences and all. But there's been a lot of hypocrisy pointed out with the game itself and also the reaction to some of the scenes, in particular involving Harley Quinn. So people have pointed out this scene where this caption says, "Remember friends, sexual harassment is fine as long as it's a woman doing it." So we're going to see a scene here where Harley Quinn is doing some things, having some fun. And yeah, let's see what's going on here.
Hello, swag.
Yet again, your feeble upper body strength betrays you, Boomerang.
Shark, hold up. It's a...
Holly, get us out of this!
Harley, do not touch us.
But you saying I can't really makes me want to, you know?
Harley, no!
Worth it.
Okay, so let me address the obvious here. So some people are like, oh, you have a problem with this? No, I don't. There's nothing wrong with the scene. It's totally fine, okay? And it's kind of funny, too. But the thing is, people are pointing this out because if the roles were reversed in this game, if it was Harley Quinn who was frozen and one of the male characters did that to her, people would be outraged. I guarantee that. This scene would be getting collectively dunked on by thousands of angry Twitter users. We just know that would happen at this point, okay? But because it's reversed here, no one really seems to care. And it's just very ironic, too, that this can get through. And we've been talking a lot about localization and Western releases of games and people having the developers and the localizers having such a hyper focus on removing anything that might be problematic or triggering to a Western audience. And you have Rocksteady Games here releasing something like this, and people don't really seem to bat much of an eye. It's just a very interesting observation in how scenes are treated based on the dynamic of who's in it and who's the one being subjected to the pervy scene and things like that. But anyways, there was a lot of talk about Harley Quinn's character that did actually get people upset. And it was this scene, it was actually released on a Twitter about a month ago, and people were very upset with this one because it is an interaction between an adult Harley Quinn and a young Ivy. So let's listen to this one.
There's my girl.
I don't know you, but my pheromones remember you. Strange emotions.
Tell me about it. Wasn't expecting you to come in fun size. You really don't know me? Harley and Ivy forever? In 10-story burning letters?
Yeah, so when this came out, a lot of people were getting pretty angry because, once again, you know, fictional content and all that, people want to get upset about this sort of thing. But it's funny how there was a lot less outrage about this scene just because of the IP that's involved. If this was an anime game with the same dynamic, people would be pulling their hair out. They'd be so angry about this. But Harley Quinn can call this character fun-sized and talk about romantic feelings that they had between each other and things like that. And people really don't bat much of an eye. In fact, this kind of got forgotten about in a day. People just totally forgot about this. But there's a lot going on with this game, and currently a lot of people are celebrating the bravery of this game, including this tweet right here with thousands of likes saying, kind of obsessed with Lex Luthor's interpretation of Wonder Woman and the Amazons in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League's Codex menu. So let's read this description from Lex Luthor, of all people. So it says, I am prone to wild imaginings. As a man of science, speculation is how my brain finds leisure and the closest thing it knows to play. But there is little amusement to be found in imagining how improved Earth would be if instead of forcing the Amazons into hiding with our cruelty and avarice, we had instead looked to them as a model, replicable, if only we could set aside our baser instincts. They've solved so many of our society's ills: broken democracy, lagging technology, toxic masculinity. Yes, because I'm sure that Lex Luthor is very, very concerned about toxic masculinity, that dang patriarchy we've been talking about a lot with these different IPs over the past couple of weeks. But yeah, that is one that definitely got a standing ovation from Twitter. And when you think about, like, how did this happen? Well, when you start looking at some of the surrounding details of this franchise and this game, things start to add up. You don't really have to add much commentary to tweets like this showing the creator of the Batman Arkham games versus the writers of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I think it all just kind of speaks for itself, okay? And pointing this out would probably get you in big trouble. But you know what? I think there's definitely a shift in how these games are being portrayed and developed. And I think it's pretty obvious that something is going on, something is different. But that's not really surprising given the current climate with everything. And yeah, so a lot of criticism following Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League right now. And I thought I'd take some time and talk about this because I know everyone else is paying attention to it right now. And I'm sure you guys are as well. So that is going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.